The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Ladies and gentlemen, the Church of Lazlo has begun.
Oh, damn it.
God damn it.
Sorry, guys. That's my fault.
I know it's your fault. Who else's fault would it be?
Well, I just want to make sure this... Give credit where credit is due. It's my fault.
Monday felt like it was going to go fine, and then that.
And then that. I apologize.
Although, you know what? I mean, I had a great weekend. It's just nice to be a fan of an undefeated team. Yeah.
What?
Just nice
The
to be
Chiefs won? Is that what you mean?
No, he's...
Oh, the Lions. Yeah. Well, I mean...
undefeated.
They're undefeated.
Yeah, I
and
guess
who would have thought...
One of 10 teams.
2 weeks in.
Yeah.
Technically? What do you mean? Technically.
Well, I mean...
They are
it's
literally undefeated.
Well, I mean, it's a win and a tie.
Right, so they are undefeated.
So it's like there's
no
a
one
table.
has defeated
There's
them.
a table of undefeated teams, right? And they're all sitting there. The Lions are like standing next to it. Like, I don't know if you're sitting at the table, but you're standing next to it.
They haven't lost.
No,
They're
they haven't.
literally undefeated.
Yeah, but they have one win. You know, it's cool. It's good. You got the W this week. Yeah.
And they beat the Chargers.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, those Chargers.
Uh huh.
They're a real football team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
What the hell are you talking about?
They're a good team.
Yeah.
They beat a good team. It's not like they went out and beat the
You know what?
Buccaneers. I don't know who sucks now. The
Dolphins.
Jets. Yeah, the Dolphins are the worst. There you go. Did you do anything fun?
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Other than celebrating the victorious Lions?
Condescending prick, both of you.
Hey, man, they won.
Especially that one. It's horrible. I can't really hear myself.
I can't really hear myself. Is this whole? Am I doing this whole thing wrong, Snow Cone? Can you hear us?
Snow Cone fine.
Hold on. I'll come in there.
All right.
Well, let's not go that far.
No. Hold on. Let's try this. See if that sounds better.
There you go.
That sounds better.
I can hear myself now.
Yeah, there we go.
What'd you do? Turn it on or something?
I did the same thing that I did earlier, but I just did it again. Right, it sounds better. You sounded distant before. Muffled. What a weekend, guys. What a weekend.
Yeah, how about them Lions, huh?
Yeah, the Lions win.
He's a condescending prick in there. You're a condescending prick, too.
I'm not condescending.
Yes, you are.
They're undefeated.
I hear it in your voice, but I hear it more in your voice. Actually, the best part of your voice is when your mic's turned off.
I said they're technically undefeated.
They're literally undefeated.
Everybody's on the table.
Yeah, what am I saying wrong?
They're undefeated, just like every other team
they're
that's
technically
undefeated. You don't have to put the technicality in there. They haven't lost a game.
Yeah.
They're undefeated.
Well, they haven't lost, but they tied, you know.
Right, that's not a loss.
Yeah, not technically.
No.
But in spirit.
Lazlo's ready for that game. They played in Detroit. The Chiefs played them in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all going? I couldn't, I would love to go. That would be fun. But I can't wear, and I'm a diehard Chiefs fan, I can't wear a jersey of the other team in the... I'd have to just go neutral or put on a Lions thing or something. I don't want to go to Detroit and put on a Chiefs jersey at Ford. Where do they play?
Not a good idea.
They played at Ford Field?
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do that, you know? Like, I went to
Would you wear your Zumba pants there?
Snow Cone would wear the hat. He'd wear the wolf hat and everything.
But I would never go to Detroit.
He'd be drinking Hot Damn or whatever it is out of a styrofoam cup.
Detroit, you know.
You can't do that.
Pick somewhere cool to go for a game.
Took my ex-wife to a Royals game at the Mariners Stadium, and the Royals hit a home run, and she started screaming, "Take that, mother effers, yeah!" And I'm like,
no.
Stop.
Could you go to an Oakland game?
No way. No way. No way.
People do that.
I don't understand where they get the balls. I wonder if they change once they get into the stadium, like once there's security around. Do you just wear a Raiders jersey out in the parking lot? That takes guts. I wouldn't do that. But, I like to avoid conflict.
Is the podcast up?
Yeah.
Technically?
Was working.
Yeah, technically it should be up.
It's technically up.
Yeah.
Meaning technically, if you drive here, walk into Snow Cone's studio and let him hit the play button, you should be able to hear it. It's up somewhere.
It's up.
Trip for 2 at 2, right?
Trip for 2 at 2.
Trying to get you to listen to the 2. This is the most, on 2 o'clock hour, this may be the most focused promotion ever done. Not really result-oriented, but we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
May not be the smartest thing a radio station has ever done, is what I'm saying.
It's not the dumbest.
No, you're right.
It's definitely not the dumbest.
No, you're right.
So here's a little breakdown of what this is, and then we'll explain to you this week's trip and all that good stuff.
In our ongoing effort to improve the station, we decided to take a closer look at ratings and see if we could figure out who's dragging this ship down. Turns out it's the Church of Lazlo, specifically the 2 o'clock hour. And perhaps you didn't know that the Church of Lazlo starts at 2. Perhaps you are aware and you're specifically avoiding them. Whatever the case, we decided it's time to try a good old-fashioned bribe. Into the Church of Lazlo's Trip at 2. The premise is simple. Listen to Lazlo every weekday in the 2 p.m. hour, every day. He'll get someone qualified for a trip out of town. Then, just listen on Friday. If Lazlo calls your name, boom, baby. You could be on your way to see cool bands in awesome cities. The Church of Lazlo, Trip at 2. Reminding you since 2019 that the show starts at 2. Did you catch that? That's what we're trying to drive home here. The Church of Lazlo starts at 2. Please tell the others. Brought to you by The Alternative, 96.5 The Buzz, and the Church of Lazlo, which starts at 2 p.m. now.
Okay, so there's your
Perfect.
basics. There's your basics. Now, the important thing to know this week is that the trip is to see Cage Elephant in Mexico City.
Which will be a fun time.
Which will be a very fun time. And this is how it works. You're going to hear opportunities. We'll tell you or whatever. You'll know. When
But
it's
you can
time to
only get qualified in the 2.
Only get qualified in the 2 o'clock
We're
hour.
not going to do it in the 3, 4, 5. No, only in the 2.
In the 2.
Nobody else is going to get you qualified. It only happens in the 2, and then we'll give away the trip Friday.
Yes.
In the 2 o'clock hour.
Yes.
So in order to play, you have to listen in the 2 o'clock hour.
Yes. And our buddy there said, listen for your name. It's actually going to be your number. We're updating this stuff. A little haphazard around here. But Lazlo will call the last 4 digits of a number that, we pull out of the hat or whatever from all the people that are qualified. And then you got 9 minutes, 65 seconds. You call. If it matches, you're on your way.
Boom.
That's it. And we're not talking about, like, sending you to the record bar to see, I don't know. Sigrid or something, right? We're talking about Mexico City to see Cage Elephant.
What
I saw
made
that
you think
she.
of Sigrid?
I think I saw an advertisement that she's playing this week, so I thought I'd like to see that. I may have missed it actually. These are big trips.
Yeah,
these are big trips. So seriously, tell your friends.
Cage the Elephant in Mexico City is.
It's a good one.
That's awesome.
And here's the other thing you got to remember is we're not pissing around with this 2 o'clock thing. It's true. Nobody's listening. So you think like, but what are the odds I'm going to win? Pretty good.
Yes.
The odds are pretty good.
Like
if you
1 in 10,
listen,
probably.
yeah, it's a pretty good chance. You just get qualified.
So how do they get qualified?
So when you hear us tell you to get qualified, you're going to text. Let me make sure I get these rules right. You are going to text, I believe it's trip. Does that sound right? At 2? Hold on, let me look. And then, like you were saying, we'll have multiple people that can get qualified, but only in the 2 o'clock hour. That's
Right.
the only time that you can get qualified. And then you listen on Friday.
What do they
we call your
text,
numbers.
goddammit?
My computer is frozen again. Isn't it trip for 2?
Could
Trip
be 2, just 2 p.m. I don't know.
I got it. If I could just get my computer to unfreeze. And we can get people qualified now if you're ready to go, Snowcone.
Okay.
If you can log into that thing
Born
there.
ready, Slim. I'm always
So
ready.
you text here for the trip for 2. When we tell you to get qualified, you text 2 p.m.
I told you.
to 96500.
The number 2?
Yes, the number 2 and then p.m. 2 p.m. to 96500.
There we go. Can they do it now?
Can we
Is
do it
that
now, Snowcone? Can we start one now?
Yeah.
You
I'll
logged in
start
over
it.
there?
Yep. I'll
All
start
right,
it
so
right
you're going to
now.
text
2
2
p.m.
p.m.
to 96500, and you'll get qualified for the trip to see Cage the Elephant in Mexico City. Boom. That was easy.
It's pretty good stuff.
Technically, they're undefeated.
I don't know why he was
I
being
don't
a dick.
understand
That's
what
rude.
I've said
You know
wrong.
what?
It was rude.
You
They're a good team.
Zip it.
Hey, one more time. What are they texting?
They
Trip
got
at 2?
No, just 2 p.m.
Trip 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Just 2 p.m.
Okay.
Just 2 p.m.
Got it.
That's it.
Technically, just 2 p.m.
Just 2 p.m. Okay, got it.
So I didn't get
I
to
don't know what I said wrong.
I am going to Joe Pesci your ass.
Okay,
Stafford still playing over there?
Yeah, he's still playing.
I didn't get to see the game. I don't think it was.
He's an elite quarterback.
Right. That's what I was thinking. He's high dollar, right?
Shut it.
Who's coaching over there? Romeo Cornell?
Oh, my God. Shut your
I
mouth.
forgot who they
Shut
fired someone, didn't
your
they?
Mouth.
It's the Patriots guy.
Oh, the kid with the beard? The young
Yeah.
man?
The kid with the beard.
Yeah, the guy that
Like
everyone
the mechanic-looking guy.
thought was so great because he worked for Belichick, and then he got it on his own, and they were
Patricia?
like, ooh. I remember that guy. I'm messing with you, boss. They're contenders all the way. They're contenders
Yeah.
for a 500 season. I really believe that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing around.
Man.
Oh, man, you know
We're Chiefs fans.
what we didn't talk about?
We've been great for 6 months.
Yeah, come on. 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter.
When Eddie Money passed away, I feel like we talked about it for about an hour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Rick Ocasek
But
died.
Rick Ocasek
What?
died.
Rick
Yeah.
Ocasek died for
yeah.
real?
Yeah, he was only 70.
Damn. That sucks.
Although, and I do not look good for my age. I am not implying that I do in any way.
Yeah, I thought he
Rick
looked
Ocasek
good.
looked older than late 60s. Those pictures of him, I seem like, man, he looks...
I thought he looked good when he was on the Colbert
He was,
Report
he
back
was
in the
thin.
day.
He was thin. They think he died of natural causes.
Huh.
But they found him in his apartment. He was unresponsive, and I heard that he was found in his apartment by his estranged wife. Ain't that a
Paula,
kick in the nuts?
Porchnikova?
Yeah, Porzova or
I
whatever.
think it's Porchnikova.
Porchnikova.
She was a Czechoslovakian model, but she was
Yeah.
estranged. They weren't together anymore.
They weren't together anymore.
I didn't know that.
I
did
didn't
you?
either. I thought that they were married.
Yeah.
They said that it was his estranged wife, and I was like, oh,
She
man,
found him?
that sucks. Yeah.
How does she find him?
Maybe she goes over like, why aren't you answering your damn phone? Right?
Why, though?
I don't know. That's what I
mean,
really
they're too
thought
old
about
left,
that.
worry about where the kids are.
I
or
thought the
something.
same thing. Like maybe she'd been trying to get a hold of him and couldn't, and she was worried. Maybe she knew that he had some sort of
Health
issue or that he hadn't been feeling well. I don't know. But it's a weird thing. Like when you get divorced or when you're single or whatever, we've talked about that. If you get sick, there's something about being sick and being home alone.
Ugh.
And you're just like, nobody cares, man.
No.
one cares that you're sick. No one notices. And if you die, it's going to take days
I had
before
a
someone
horrible
does
chest pain
notice.
the other day.
Yeah?
At home, alone. Just laying on the couch. I was like, the one kind of buckles you at your knee.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I'm not calling 911,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to lay on this couch. And if I go, no one will come.
Right. It'll take days. It'll take days. And imagine if it's your estranged wife that finds you.
So there's no reason why she would.
Your ex-wife. Right. Unless you had the... Because if the kids were there, then they would notice
Right.
something was wrong with you. So if you don't have the kids, no one would
Nobody's
know.
coming there till Tuesday.
It's horrible.
Friday to Tuesday. I was just laying on the couch dead.
So, back to Rick Ocasek and,
Yeah.
the cars. I'm curious what you think about my analogy of the Cars. I think of the Cars as that semi-classic rock band because they do get played in classic rock radio and stuff like
Sure.
that. I think of them as the band that there's a good chance your dad or grandpa or whatever who didn't have great taste in rock and roll, he's going to have a bunch of crappy records, but there's a good chance that he does have a Cars record. And because he has a crappy taste in music, you might overlook those Cars records when you're a kid and think,
Right.
yeah, just more classic rock. It took me until I was in my 20s to realize, oh, the Cars are a good band.
Yeah.
Oh, they were great.
They were
I
so
think,
good.
One of the best debut records ever to come
It's
out.
perfect.
Yeah,
It's a perfect album.
record.
I think I put them more in Talking Heads
Yes.
vein,
I
where
do
like
now,
they
too.
put out these
Yeah,
great
same.
records, but nobody really knew where to
where to stick them.
How are we going to define these people?
Mm-hmm.
And so you just hear the Talking Heads on classic rock because they've put out a great record and they've always been played on classic rock. And the Cars are the same way.
Yeah.
Bowie.
Yeah.
They put out these records, but they weren't so easily defined.
Mm-hmm.
And so people just played them. And so they got stuck in this classic rock world. But I don't ever think that. I mean,
Exactly.
so much different than the classic rock,
Yeah.
like Boston or whatever that was coming out
Right.
at that time.
Yeah.
It was much more experimental and interesting, but
But as a kid growing up listening to 101 The Fox and stuff,
They were
and hearing
playing the
classic rock,
Cars,
They were
right.
playing the Cars next to Boston and
Yeah.
Journey.
Sure.
So
I've always thought
I
of them as
them-
like one of the first indie bands. Does that seem right?
I'm with Lazlo on the Talking Heads thing. Like, they were unique, they were experimental, and they were cool. Bottom
Yeah.
line is they were cool.
Right.
And then you go back and listen to those records, and even some of the songs that they don't play on the radio as much, like Touch and Go and stuff, songs you still may be familiar with, but it sounds so good
Yeah.
Oh,
when you
so
when you
good.
just turn it up.
and then they really, they were doing this kind of cool 70s experimental thing. It was interesting, but still had hooks, and it was, and then MTV came along, and they were just like, well, put my face on a fly, and let's, they were making videos. They got that part of it, too,
Yeah, no, you're right. They managed to.
They managed to be
Be
one of those.
cool
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
exactly. Then all of a sudden,
transition.
like, whoa, these guys are making great videos, or at least at the time you thought they were great,
Yeah.
interesting or weird.
And they put
They
out
were
an
able to
album.
transition through that.
They put out an album this decade, Move Like This, which they mailed us a bunch of copies of it. You probably saw it sitting around your snow cone because we got a bunch of them in the mail. And you think like, oh, the Cars put out a new record, whatever. That album was actually really good. And you could have told me that it was a Cars record from 1984 that I'd never heard
Right.
before, and I would have believed you. There were some great songs on that.
Well, now both of them, Benjamin Orr, right, and Rick Ocasek, both dead.
Yep. So, kids, if you see a Cars record in your dad's collection of otherwise mediocre classic rock albums, grab those Cars records because those are
Yeah. Listen
those
to
are good
them.
records.
That really is one of the best debuts ever, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean both those first 3 or 4
Yeah.
albums. It's like every song.
Yeah.
There's so many songs that
good.
got played on the radio, and then songs you're like, oh, I recognize this from a movie or something. Every song sounds like a single.
And that cover of that record is
Yeah, it's great.
Which one?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-titled.
I actually just got a copy of that on vinyl a couple months ago.
Yeah, I had that record as a kid, and
That's such a great record.
it's the one with the clear steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, just the first 3 songs: "Good Times Roll," "My Best Friend's Girl," "Just What I Needed." And that first half of that record is
What about Panorama? That Touch and Go, Give Me Some Slack, Don't Tell Me No. That's a good album. They were a good band, and I just feel like it would be wrong of us to spend an hour last week talking about Any Money and then not mention Rick Ocasek, because I think we all like the Cars a little better.
Did
than
you
Any
like
Money.
the cover of the Candio album, though? It made me think of it when I saw this one,
What's
because
the
I know
cover?
that
Is
you
the one
like
with the
you
hair
like.
dryer thing? Or the one where the girls, the pinup girl.
Yeah.
Okay, the pinup girl.
Because you said you used to look at like Cheap Trick records, and
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I wonder.
Woke up with a monster.
Yeah, I was wondering, did you ever look at that?
No, I don't think I did. Isn't it kind of like animated, like kind of a drawing, or a little too
maybe.
little too 60s softcore
It
for
looks
me?
like something you would like, Slim.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. She's in like a pantyhose suit with high heels.
Yeah, I'm a fan, but I didn't. I didn't use it. If that's what you're asking, I used that Cheap Trick album because the girl was wearing stockings or something, and it was a fairly clear picture. Now it was a little bit upsetting that the clown was making love to her, but you just try and cover the clown up. We were limited, the internet was slow or it didn't exist. I don't even know at that point, probably didn't exist. You had to be resourceful. You checked every catalog that came in the mail.
Sure. Favorite Cars song?
Touch and Go. It's probably my favorite. I love that song. But I like all the hits, too. Just What I Needed, Candio, Best Friend's Girl, Shake It Up, Give Me Some Slack.
I always liked Moving in Stereo.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Dangerous Type, I like that. There's a lot of Cars songs. Again, if you find them in your dad's record collection,
Hold
go
on to
play
it.
them.
Yeah.
This is the Church of Lazlo on 96.5 The Buzz.
Flashing with paparazzi involved in an incident.
These infected monkeys.
This is Headlines on the Church of Lazlo.
Yo!
Yo!
Hit me with that news and information, Sugar Wiener.
Well, it feels like there's real international strife, real political quagmire.
What are you talking about? Quagmire?
Iran. I'm not smart. I don't have words, lexicon. There's been some sort of an attack on a Saudi oil field, whatever. And the United States says, we think Iran did it. And Iran says, we didn't do that. And the U.S. is like, but you did. You did do it. And then Trump says, you know what? We're locked and loaded. You want to play games? Let's play games. So they say
that's exciting.
Gas prices are going to go up. But don't worry. Trump says we'll tap into our reserves if we have to.
President Trump says the U.S. will be tapping into its strategic petroleum reserve if needed following this weekend's attacks on oil sites in Saudi Arabia. Now, the White House has put the blame on Iran, which has denied all claims. The weekend drone strikes hit the heart of Saudi Arabia's oil industry and disrupted more than 5% of the world's oil supply.
5%. Just from hitting that one spot. That's 5%. But I stopped and got gas this morning. It was $2.34. So I didn't see any spike in prices
Is
yet.
that higher or lower than what it
That
was?
seems pretty good, right? $2.34. Snow cone, you know the price of stamps and gas, don't you? It's kind of your
Pay
expertise.
attention, honestly.
Yeah, you're like Lazlo.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You got to pay it.
I got to pay it.
You
right.
noticed in 06 or 07 when it went up to $5 and we were like, wait a second, my Malibu's costing me $60 to fill up.
I mean, when it gets,
that's
but
when
if
it got bad.
When it's within, a quarter, one way or the other, it is what it is. I put $20 in.
Yeah.
It gives me what it gives me.
Yeah.
Now, there are times when I put $20 in and then I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Usually I get a little bit more gas than that, but I don't know the price
Yeah.
of it. I still
Yeah.
don't know the price of it.
I was thinking about this morning when I left the gas station. Just about,
It's like the price of milk. I have no idea.
Well, it
I just
depends.
know I need a gallon.
Well, Aldi or Hy-Vee, which are we talking here? Because I can quote you some prices.
Both.
$2.64 for a gallon at Aldi. Then if you get the Hy-Vee brand, you can a lot of times get it for right around $3. Sometimes they'll do a $2.99 special, but you're usually looking at about $3.50 a gallon for name brand stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And then if you want Chateau, I mean, I don't come from old money, so I don't even know how that works. But I see it over there. I've tasted it before. It's delicious.
Man, that root beer milk they have.
So a gallon of milk is more than a gallon of gas.
Yep.
That surprises me.
Really? I remember people used to say, like,
I feel
oh
like
my
I can
God,
get a gallon
gas
of
is
milk
almost
for
as much as-
$1.99.
You should be able to.
I feel like I can.
Maybe you can. Maybe if you do they do like next day dairies? Like my dad used to go to the next day bakery. And they
But
had
you're
all the
telling me
old
you
Twinkies.
quote it, huh?
Yeah.
Like you know the price.
If you find a gallon for $2.50, like between $2.25 and $2.50, that is a good price for a gallon of milk. And then if it starts costing around $3.50 or whatever, you're buying name brand milk at a grocery store.
Let's see.
I was thinking when I was leaving the gas
You're
station.
so full of crap.
How am I full of crap?
I just looked it up. Friendly Farms 2% milk, a gallon, limit 6 from Aldi is $1.89.
I have no idea what a gallon of
Milk for $1.89.
So maybe there's some sort of special, but I promise you, it's like $2.40, $2.60.
It's $1.89.
Okay, I'm telling you that I just bought it
I'm
again this
showing
weekend.
you it's
Okay,
$1.89.
I don't know what kind of
you
special
can't
that
tell
was
me,
or
tell
an
me,
ad.
tell me. I'm showing you.
Okay, so
It's
they have an ad,
$1.89.
but that's not what it normally costs. I promise you.
You mother.
I promise you. It is not
Going to
normally
Price Chopper now.
$1.89. They may have specials. You didn't ask me about daily specials.
I asked you how much a gallon of milk
Busters.
was, you
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
And I'm telling you what it normally costs. That's what you can expect
well,
to pay.
it normally costs $1.89.
No. Mm-mm.
I just showed you.
I'm telling you that's some sort of a special. It's not normally $1.89. We can move on.
What about tax? Is it?
Depends on what your city you're in.
Would that make it to
What? Gas or milk?
milk?
I don't know. The tax thing, you're buying so much stuff and you go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of states don't tax
Not me.
food.
It's $1.89.
A lot of
This
states don't
son of a
tax
bitch
food.
can pretend like it's not.
Dude,
but I
I
just
will-
pulled it up.
I will drive you over there. We'll check to see
You
what
don't
you
have to
think.
drive me over here. I showed it to you.
Okay.
It's what you pay for. You
This
just
is
click
gonna-
it and pay for
It's
it.
going to end with me driving to Aldi, isn't it? I can already see this.
GM, General Motors workers are on strike across the country. I don't know if it's every single plant, but I did hear that workers at the plant here in Kansas City would be on strike too. I think they started going on strike last night.
Union auto workers started gathering around midnight at this Detroit General Motors plant and others like it across the country.
We want to be paid fairly. We make quality cars, and we want quality pay.
The strike comes after GM's 2015 labor deal with the union expired Saturday over fault lines ranging from wages to health care coverage.
We stood up for GM when they needed us. We deserve a fair contract because we've helped make this company what it is.
So, I don't know how many people are on strike in Kansas City. So one of the things I read said that it was like 50 or 60. I don't know. I don't know if they're building Malibus right now or not, but I need them to because I'm looking to get one of those. You guys know I'm in the market. I'm in the market for a Malibu. Now they're not making them?
Oh, man.
Ugh. Can't have a Malibu shortage.
Not at this time.
Right when I'm getting ready to look to buy a Malibu, they stop making them. Yeah, this is their contract. I don't know anything about unions. I've never been in a union, but my dad was in a union, but that their contract expired in 2015. I thought that those contracts, I thought they had to negotiate that stuff like every year. Kind of like how your health insurance changes every year. I thought that the unions had to come up with some sort of negotiation every year. I was surprised that they'd had one for that long.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're on strike. So I'm sure we're with you.
Yeah, of course we are.
I mean, I don't know exactly what the terms are, what they're upset about. They said health care and wages and whatever. So I'm not sure, but I assume that I'm with you. A 10-year-old girl in Texas went swimming and then started to have headaches. And then started to feel worse. Yeah,
One of those amoebas?
You got a brain-eating amoeba.
This is a story that will tear at your heart. Little 10-year-old Lily Avant, a fifth grader at Valley Mills Elementary, was in great shape just 2 weeks ago. And then, after swimming in the lake and river in a public pool, she comes up with a big headache, then fever. Then her body begins to shut down. In the past 50 years, only 4 people have survived when contracting this brain-eating amoeba.
Well, she has passed away, and this is... You know, when you're scrolling through the news in the morning, you're looking for top stories. They always have every single outlet. Doesn't matter if it's Fox News or CNN or ABC News. They always have the top 5 stories that are trending or the top 5 stories that people are looking at. This story was a headline in all of them. And I just thought, is it because when you see that, you're scared for yourself and you're scared for your kid and you're just thinking like, wait, where did she go swimming? How can I prevent this? Why is this happening? Why don't we have some sort of brain-eating amoeba medication that kills that stuff? Because she just went swimming, you know? They live in Texas. There's a river there. People swimming in.
Ugh.
She swam.
Gross.
And she got sick.
I'm talking about swimming in a river.
Yeah, I kind of... That's what you hang your hat on is like I'm not swimming in a river, so fine. I'll stay in the canoe. Lazlo's not even getting in the canoe.
No, come on.
I guess binge drinking is a big epidemic, and they just did this research, and they found that young people who are actually more affluent, who their families have more money, they're more likely to binge drink, and that binge drinking has now become normalized. It's a part of party life, and it's an epidemic.
You wake up, and it's a game day, and you start drinking, go from different parties to bars to maybe the game, or to a different bar for the game. I don't even know how to put a number on it, but like throughout the day, you've had a lot to drink.
I think I've seen a lot of people black out. I can't even give you a defined number. People brag about that as if it's something that's cool to do. Like, oh, I'm totally going to black out tonight.
So it says American kids with money and privilege are more likely to partake in binge drinking.
Yeah, because they can afford it.
Yeah. And they say, you know...
I mean, sometimes the explanation for this is... Right?
Yeah.
Easy to figure out.
They're saying that
they got a little more time on their hands, a little bit extra cash. Mm-hmm. They don't get in real trouble.
I only knew binge drinking as a kid, like watching people drink at parties. That's what everybody did. They were drinking. Everyone drank to get wasted.
Yeah.
And then they passed out, and the next morning you're like,
social,
whoa,
casual drinking.
There was none of that in high school.
You go until you can't.
Right. That was it. It wasn't like, let's have a wine with dinner, George.
It wasn't a few beers to take the edge off. It was you go until you literally can't anymore.
Right. That's just...
You still do that, don't you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just...
You have like a beer with dinner? Thing. I can have like a beer with dinner, but if I'm going to drink at home...
Like last night, I had like a couple glasses of whiskey, just like a couple fingers, and that was it. And that was fine. It wasn't, go until you can't.
I can't have a beer. When I have a beer, I'm having all the beers, and then I have to get an Uber to drive me a Quick Trip to get more beers and try and get there before 1:30 because I'm already looking at the clock like, all right, if I just save these 2 and I wait to finish the last one until after 1:30, I won't be able to buy it, and that'll be good. It'll be good for me. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to want it anyway. Let's just go. Someone take me to the gas station. Let's get more beer. That's how everyone around me always drank. They're like, I drink because I want to get
I think that's a normal way to drink. I really do.
And they're saying that this binge drinking thing has become normalized among American high school students and college students to an extent that would now shock most parents. I just thought, what point were college kids and high school kids not binge drinking?
I think it would shock our parents.
Yeah.
But if they're talking about us being parents now, I'm not shocked by it.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I think
sense.
maybe my parents, my dad or my mom, they would be shocked if they thought, well, people just drink until they pass out all the time. That's the only way they drink. Yeah. They would think if that were to happen, it would be a mistake.
Right.
But now if you tell me, I'm a parent, and you're like, hey, you know what college kids do? They drink until they pass out. I'd be like, yeah, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. It says,
by the way, that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. Kids who grow up in affluent suburban communities grow up in communities where the adults around them drink a lot, and they're going to model that behavior, they said. Is it Dave Chappelle that does the bit about how white guys catalog everything? They drink? I had two shots of Jaeger. I had a Fireball. And I do wonder, that does seem like kind of a white guy thing or white kid thing to say, this is how much I'm drinking tonight. And then I had 2 shots, and then I did this. Like, I wonder if they break it down by race. Is there differences there between white kids and black kids and Latinx? Is that what we say now, kids? And like, is there a difference? Because it does seem like the white guys are the ones who are like, this is how much I'm going to drink, and then you do shot. And drinking games like beer pong seems like such a white kid thing to me.
Sure.
Just the whole idea of it. I don't know that I've ever seen people who aren't white playing beer pong. I don't know if I've seen that, like even in movies. I feel like just the whole drinking game thing, it's such a white guy thing. Of course, you associate it with the fraternity brothers and stuff, too.
Right.
But anyway, I guess parents, they should be shocked that kids are binge drinking.
If a black guy is binge drinking, he's wearing Vans anyway.
Right? He's a skater.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
I feel like that's what's going on.
Yes.
I know there's the stereotypes about like cognac and that stuff, but I can't like envision a black guy saying, I had 7 glasses of cognac tonight and I am messed up. Like, no, they're not bragging about it, right? It's like, damn, I'm out of cognac. That seems a little bit more likely. New York has said, you know what? We're not waiting for Trump. We're doing it on our own. We're banning flavored e-cigs.
There are new developments this morning in the war on vaping. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo issuing an emergency executive order banning the sale of those flavored e-cigarettes here in the state. Critics say those flavored pods are targeted toward teenagers.
So this comes just after they did this study last week, and I think they were quoting NPR, like in Australian news, saying that 80% of the kids who reported having some sort of illness, lung illness, whatever, they had all admitted to smoking bootleg marijuana. So marijuana in a liquid marijuana that did not come from like a Colorado dispensary or a California dispensary. This is something that someone filled the Juul pod or whatever themselves. They said they think that those 20% of kids who said they didn't could easily be lying because their kids and their parents are around.
Sure.
Like, no, just smoked a Juul. So there's a lot of people saying now, look, we think we know what the cause of this is. It's specifically this bootlegged marijuana liquid, but in the wake of all this press, all this bad press, they're going to start banning it. And they have. And so now New York has said no flavored e-cigs.
Good.
Les excited about it.
Good. I think it's good. Don't need kids smoking mango pods.
Something you wouldn't think about. Yeah, but we don't need kids drinking mango booze either.
I'm the one who brought that up.
Right. So just make it an age thing and have to be... the Snow Cone says it's a war on flavor. It's a war on flavor and we're not standing for it anymore. It is. You teach your kids the dangers of... Well, stranger danger, right? And
mango danger.
Mango danger, probably. And, what flavor danger. Anything with the flavor, just stay away from it. But you don't think to tell your kids, hey, watch out for those fake school buses. These school buses that come around and try and pick you up at the bus stop, they could be fake. So you need to make sure that it's not. Yeah, there apparently is a school bus in Illinois. Someone was in a school bus trying to pick up kids at the school bus stop. That wasn't a real school bus, they don't think, and not a real school bus driver. I don't know where he got the school bus. I assume it's a he. I assume it's a white male. They have a photograph. Someone got a photograph, like a still shot of the bus stopped at one of these spots. But this woman's, I think her daughter's 12 years old, went to get on the bus. This bus was like, that's a different bus driver. This doesn't look like my normal bus. She didn't get on it. She's like, this doesn't look like the right bus.
That is really smart.
Yeah.
Because I really, I think both my boys are, I think fairly street smart. I've talked to them about things. I think they would just think if they were at that bus stop and a bus pulled up at the right time,
I would have gotten
and there was a different guy in it, I think they just think it's a different guy.
Yes.
The other guy didn't show up today. Well,
Yes.
Snowcone's trying to talk. I don't
What?
usually like that, but
I said if I was a kid, I 100% would get on that bus.
Yes.
right?
Well, we had different bus drivers. Some days the bus was different. I remember we'd get like an old school bus or something, and that meant that the school bus was in the shop. That was, you just had a different bus that day. And drivers changed occasionally. So I want to know who is driving around Central Illinois. You bought a school bus? Like, man, I understand these people will do all kinds of things to put themselves in settings around children.
Sure.
But going to the length of buying an old school bus, if that's what this person did, and then figuring out where the bus stop is, that's next level.
It was not her bus because it was a different driver. It had no children on it, and it had no markings that she recognized. It had no school name and nothing written on it. You never know what could happen. I thought everyone should be aware, especially since they're still looking for whoever this might be.
So now I guess go ahead and tell your kids to check the... It's like when you leave a cab, you're supposed to...
Right.
What was it? You're supposed to remember the badge number of the cab in case you lost your wallet. And now you got to tell your kids, make sure that the bus driver... What do they have to have a secret password now? They have to come up with the password. That's what they're going to have to do. What's the if it's a bus driver you don't recognize, what's the password? And they better know it. It's a school bus. This guy bought a school bus and is driving around the bus stops, and there were no kids on it. So she's
It is pretty ingenious.
Yeah, but you'd think you just...
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it, but it is, my God.
He went to some work.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just do like a normal pedophile and become a Boy Scout leader or something. I don't know. It's priest, whatever, right? Yeah. I mean, there's methods that have been exploited for years now. Buying a school bus seems like... especially they got the one picture of it, which I thought, well, you got a picture of it. You know what year roughly this school bus is? Shouldn't we just be looking for a school bus that doesn't belong? How do you hide a school bus? Even if you have a wraparound driveway, someone should notice there's a school bus in the backyard. A woman in Missouri is making national news because she has support monkeys. Her doctor says she needs these support monkeys. The neighbors say she doesn't need the support monkeys, and the city says...
Are her neighbors doctors?
They are not.
Then they can shut up.
That's kind of how I feel about it, but they're worried about these little diaper monkeys running around. And they do have big teeth. I was one of them yawned in the news video. He's got some big old teeth. But doctor says she needs at least one, maybe more, of these primates for support. She has PTSD from something terrible that happened to her years ago, but the city says you're not allowed to have them.
Caliena is one of 3 monkeys living in Texan McBride Teehan's Creve Coeur home. All are registered as emotional support animals to help with her PTSD.
It's a wild animal. They belong in zoos, or in their natural habitat.
Jim Henschel lives next door. His neighbors are so upset about the monkeys, worried they might attack. They brought it up at this week's city council meeting.
So then city council gets it to go to the city. The city sends her a letter and says, you got to get rid of these. So now this woman is fighting a legal battle to keep these 3 monkeys that she claims provide her with emotional support and have for years.
Sure.
Does
she let them outside and stuff?
It doesn't look like it. In the video, they had cages in the house, and then in the house, they were sitting on her lap, and she's petting their heads and stuff, and they seem totally used to her.
How
and
big are
docile. Man, there's a picture of one of them. They're not very big. They're a little bit bigger than that monkey on Friends.
Oh, yeah, myself.
Well, yeah, a little bigger than that maybe, but not huge. I mean, I'm sure it could bite you. I don't know, but it doesn't look all that scary. You probably had, when you were a kid, there was a pet shop in town. I know you weren't a big pet person ever, but did you ever go to the pet store? Was there one that you could walk to or you rode your bike to and you went in there and looked at snakes and stuff?
No.
We had them, and I remember there was always a monkey for sale in the pet store. There was always
really? You could buy a monkey?
Yeah, and it was always $5,000, and there was always a monkey there. And sometimes it would change because someone would buy it. And I remember hearing at school, oh, so-and-so has a monkey. They have a monkey at their house. You should go over there and check it out. They have a monkey.
My old buddy, we used to go to his apartment, and it was an apartment complex, and his neighbors had a monkey. And we would go over there because they sold us things sometimes, and we would go over there, and there's just a monkey walking around.
Like
a big monkey?
Two gay guys and a monkey. It was it wasn't big. It was kind of like the Friends one, too. It was
kind of
small.
like this thing. Yeah.
How tall? Like 2 feet tall?
God, yeah, I mean, like 1.5 feet, 2 feet, yeah.
And it would walk around?
Yeah, it would just be around.
Would
Usually,
you say hi to it and
they
stuff?
were holding it, but it was there. It was crazy.
Did you talk to it?
It's been so long. I'm sure I did, yeah.
And pet it and stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
There was a girl at my school that had one. I went over there just to see the monkey.
And?
I got to say, it's pretty baller.
Yeah,
Having a monkey,
cool.
you're like, man, you guys must be doing well. You've got a monkey. Those things are kind of expensive.
What
And
do
the
they
fact
eat?
that you
Just
put up with
bananas?
it. I'm not sure. Guess they
I
eat
don't know.
fruit and vegetables? I
Yeah,
don't know.
fruit and vegetables.
Do you feed them meat?
I don't know, the carnivores?
I feel like they're both. Is that an omnivore?
Carnivores.
They usually
monkeys are omnivores. Which
They
means
poop
eat
in
meat
a
and plant-based
in a diaper.
foods.
In a diaper.
Yeah,
So
I
you just
always
change
summon
a
it.
diaper all the time?
Yeah, this monkey had a diaper on, yeah.
But they say, I remember this girl saying that sometimes it would throw the poo. Like it would reach into its diaper and throw poo if it wanted something or was angry. And I thought, that seems like my dog doesn't do that. Like it might have an accident on the rug, but they're sorry about it. Real sorry. Real scared. The idea of a primate flinging poo at me, that's marriage. Am I right? Why do I need a monkey for that?
Ah, man.
But I kind of like the old lawless days. Does that make me a libertarian? Like, look, I don't want a monkey. I don't think that monkey probably wants to be a pet. And I think it's kind of weird that you have one. But I think if you want to have a monkey, you can have a monkey.
You don't know that
Do
monkey
your
doesn't
thing.
want to be a
I don't
pet.
know. I don't know. It might love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's like, dude, I'm wearing a diaper. I'm eating fresh bananas.
Yep.
This woman is petting me. I'm not
I don't
being
have to live in
chased
the
around
jungle
by
and
cougars
chase stuff and
other
poachers
chimps.
and whatever else.
Getting hit in the
This is
neck
awesome.
with a dart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
just
she's
live in
got
this house.
3 of them, so you got some buddies with you.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Not just by yourself as a monkey.
I watched a thing on PBS one time where they trained, and I don't know if these monkeys are trained for this. She says they're emotional support monkeys because she has PTSD. But I saw a thing on PTS where they were talking about animals that, what do you call it? It's I guess it's still a support animal, but it's if you're disabled, right?
Okay,
like
like
a
a
seeing eye
service
dog.
animal?
Service animal, yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And they were showing these service monkeys. They train these things, and they cost thousands and thousands of dollars once they're trained. But these things, they were showing what they could do. Like, all right, go put in the DVD. So it would go over to the DVD player, hit the eject button, put the DVD in, close the
That's just like
tray,
a butt
hit
whore. That's
play.
not even
Yeah, I was like, man,
It's like a
everyone
slave.
needs one of those.
I like that.
Right, exactly. If I had the money for that, who says I have to be disabled? Like, if you could get a monkey that'll make you a Keurig and, I don't
Make
know,
your grilled
waddles
cheese,
in.
turn on the TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the TV's busting in. Go unplug it and plug it back in.
Give you a hand job.
Sweet. Okay.
Be awesome.
What?
That's too far.
You don't know if the monkey doesn't like it?
Listen, come on.
If he does it, he likes it.
Come on.
I think that's fair to say. I think it's a safe assumption.
He knows how to throw poo and get mad, so maybe just...
He just wants to make you happy.
Another Chappelle bit about that.
He just wants to make you happy. What? That's
It's
a
a
firm
fresh banana.
decision.
You know how strong a monkey is? It'll rip your dick clean off.
I don't know why people love this so much. I don't feel
Would
like
you fight a monkey?
No. No, those bastards are strong, man.
This one I feel like I would fight that this
I feel
bitch
those
has.
little ones, yeah, like Marcel from Friends.
But I think
you
it could
fight
get some
that.
bites in. I mean, this thing could rip some flesh off.
Did you see the
I
video
kick it.
on Reddit the other day of the monkey just lifting that guy up onto the platform?
Oh yeah,
He was holding his
trying to
hands
help
and he
him,
just
yeah.
lifts him, like barely
Yeah,
moves.
That was a
his muscle.
chimp. That was a chimp.
That was a chimp. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean those things are ridiculously strong.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And that guy was just doing it to show off too.
Yeah, he just lifted him up with
And the chimp
with
is like,
ease.
dude, you can do this. Right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty amazing video. This radio host in England was taking a call like some radio hosts do. And at the end of the call, he accidentally says, I love you. And look, it happens. I don't think this is a big deal. People love this. They're like, oh, can you listen to this? Oh, he accidentally said, I love you. And I listened to it. I thought, dude, I don't think this is that big of a deal.
Will do. Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy.
Bye, Anne.
You have a
Bye.
good weekend too.
Love you, bye. Oh, gosh, why did I say love you? I'm so sorry.
I mean, why is this a headline? BBC presenter Jeremy
that
Vine
weird?
accidentally tells caller, I love you during live broadcast. Okay. So what? You
Yeah, that
make it
doesn't
sound
seem that
like-
weird.
No,
Yeah.
like if he had
I say it on
dropped-
accident to you guys every day when I leave.
Yeah. You probably
Snow
said
Cone.
it to
Love you
someone
too.
when you're leaving Kmart or something. You
probably
said the wrong
talks
thing to
his girlfriend
someone.
on the phone.
You
and
say
says
stuff
it.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like that just as a normal, like
Yeah.
someone will be like, hey, happy birthday.
Right.
And you're like, hey, you too.
You too.
And then you're like, why did
Right.
I say you too? It happens constantly.
Or it's like
Yes.
when you're in school and you call your teacher mom on accident. Everyone does that.
No.
You guys didn't
I've
do
never
that?
done
Come
that.
on. Everyone's called their teacher mom at least once.
Never.
No.
Really?
Never.
No.
Oh, leave me out to dry. Come on.
I've never called my teacher mom.
I need people to text in and confirm
I've never
that
done
happened.
that.
And that happens. You called your teacher mom on accident.
No, I knew who my mom was.
Oh, come on. It's an
She didn't look like my
accident.
teacher.
Man, F you guys.
That's
Hanging
a
me out
weird.
like that.
That's
You know you've done it.
I've never done it. I don't think I've definitely done when you're leaving a store something like "Thanks for shopping," and you go "You too," because you think they're saying "Have a nice day."
Or a lot of times, like on a Tuesday when somebody's leaving work, I'll just be like, "Have a good weekend."
Yeah.
Because I'm about it. It's like Tuesday, and they're like, "Oh my God, I probably won't see you."
Right. I guess maybe
Who
he's
cares?
maybe he's taking some time off. I don't know what's happening here.
Who cares?
But saying "I love you" and then have "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I said I love you. I don't know why I said that. I apologize." Who cares? It could have been much worse. It wasn't bad. He just said, "I love you." This is not.
Man, this person on the text line really wants to know if the monkey you bought drugs from was Vern Troyer size.
Sure.
Was it or no?
It was probably smaller than Vern, right?
Vern was really small.
He was really small, but you're saying it's
Was the monkey his size or not?
I'd have to see it. I don't, man, it's been so long.
An eyeball it.
It was around that size. Yeah.
He's around Vern Troyer size.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, the drug dealing monkey was about Vern Troyer size.
Have you ever had...
See, look at all these texts coming in. Boom. Called my teacher mom by accident. Happens all the time. Look at all these texts.
It's true.
I told you.
I've just never done it.
No. But I love my mom.
Okay.
I was never trying to replace her.
Man,
I love your mom, too.
And I told you guys this
Thanks.
happens a lot.
I love your mom. I do sometimes confuse our moms. Have you ever had a dream and then woke up and thought, was that a dream or did I really do that? And you have to sit there and think about, like, did this really happen or was that part of my dream? Because this woman, she's 29 years old, she's engaged. She says she has a lot of very realistic dreams, and she also has a history of sleepwalking. And she dreamed that she ate her 2.5 carat diamond engagement ring.
Okay.
And she wakes up and
It's gone.
she feels for the ring and it's gone. And she goes, you know what?
I ate it.
I think I did eat it. I think I know exactly what happened, and I think it's in my stomach. So she goes to urgent care. They take x-rays. Turns out she had swallowed the diamond ring, and it had made her. It had already gone through her stomach, and it was in her intestines. So the doctors determined that it would be best not to let nature take its course, and so she had to go to a specialist, and I guess they removed it.
How?
I guess they sliced in there and went in there and got it an endoscopy or something like that. Some sort of microsurgery. I would think that's something you just poo out and you dig for it later. But she got it back.
When I woke up and it was not on my hand, I knew exactly where it was. It was in my stomach. I was really happy because I don't know if I'd ever be able to look at it and appreciate it in the same way if I had to search for it. I feel very grateful that I got it back, and it does end as a happy, funny story.
Very funny and very happy. You ate your ring, but you got it back. She's engaged, so she's still optimistic.
Seems like that would be surgery at some point would be worse than.
Right, then just put. Why would they say we feel it's best not to let
maybe
nature take
because,
its course? You can
just
swallow a
rips it
AA
apart,
battery.
huh?
And, right, maybe they thought that she would get cut or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all. Well, okay, never mind. Anyway, they plucked it out of there somehow. I would have just waited and then, make your fiance dig for it. I don't know. If he really loves you, he really wants to get married.
Gross.
22-year-old man. You're an adult when you're that age.
Yes.
Lives in California. Doesn't want to go to the fair with his parents. They want to go to the fair. It's like the LA County Fair.
Okay.
And he's thinking I don't want to go to the fair.
All right.
So he faked a mass shooting threat.
What?
Hoping that this mass shooting threat and hysteria would give him an obvious reason to tell his parents, I don't think we should go to the fair. But now he's facing some pretty serious charges.
Our investigators believe, and they have learned, he was planning to go to the fair on Sunday with his parents, and he did not want to go. And he lives in Sylmar with his parents. And though he's 22, he felt that it was appropriate to send this threat. And we believe it was with the intent that it would spark some chaos and commotion. It would be captured on the media, and that then he could use that as an excuse to his parents to not go to the fair. Kind of a crazy thing.
The sad thing is this guy, he's going to look back one day and say, I should have gone to the fair. I miss all the times I didn't get to spend with my parents.
Right.
Even if it was going to the fair or whatever at that time, I didn't think it was something that sounded like fun, but boy, I would just give anything to go to the fair one more time with my parents. Instead, I'm in prison because I faked a mass shooting. If you're in your 20s and you don't want to go to the fair, you're old enough now you can tell your parents, I don't want to go to the fair. I can't imagine your parents forcing you like, no, you're going. You're not a little kid.
Maybe they didn't want to, they didn't want to tell them no. They didn't want to hurt their feelings. So they just tried to get out of it.
By faking a
mass shooting?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to go to the fair, though, anyway? I mean...
that's debatable. I can understand that, but you don't... Why can't you just tell your parents
love
no?
the fair.
Some people can't tell their parents no. Some people don't have that type of relationship with their parents.
Okay, fair enough.
Some people don't have any relationship with their parents. They're all different.
Not guilty. You're right.
I couldn't ever tell my parents no, I don't think. I don't think I ever told them no.
Oh, all the time.
I didn't fight with my parents. I was scared to do that. So I can't remember ever like raising my voice and yelling at my parents.
All the time.
I was pretty
damn it,
parent
Mom.
whipped.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you fought with your dad too, right? Like actual yelling and screaming and...
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah.
When you got older, we didn't so much.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, we came to fisticuffs.
Did you ever say something to your parents that later you got real sad about and you felt sorry for and you felt like you had to apologize? No.
I've never felt bad.
You ever
about
yell at your
anything
mom?
Yeah, I'm sure there was times. I had a temper when I was like in teenage years. That teenage angst came out, and I would smash or dance, if you will. I would
Just
grab something and
listen
throw
to
it and break
Fish
it.
records and getting worked up?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure I apologize for being a dick a few times.
It's hard for me to believe.
Why is that?
Well, you just seem like such a nice person now.
Well, what do you mean? I am a nice person.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard for us to imagine you yelling, raising your voice at someone or getting upset
Just
about
being a
something. Or
prick
thinking
about anything.
Thinking that someone has slighted you when they haven't.
No,
I can't.
Yep.
I can't even
Seems
imagine that.
odd to me that you would act like an asshole.
Yeah, I used to be pretty big.
I mean, especially to your mother.
I know. I feel really
After
bad about
everything.
it.
To anyone.
I still do.
You just seem like such a swell guy.
Yeah. I'm definitely chilled out a lot more.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I just saw this story, and the mass shooting, that's why it's in the news, but I thought I haven't been to a fair this year. I haven't been to one. Not one carnival.
We want to go together?
I would like to go. I know Oktoberfest has got to be coming up in a bunch of places, but I missed everything this year. I didn't go to Santa Caligon days. I didn't go to
Hey,
Old Shawnee
Waldo's
days.
having a thing.
It's always weak ass.
Is it? I'm really excited for it. What's it
Waldo
called?
what?
I don't know, Waldo Days or something. Waldo Weekend.
They have the billboards up for it. Hold on, I'll find it.
What is it called? Waldo Days?
Something. There's no rides.
Okay, here it is.
At least I haven't been in
Waldo
the past.
Fall Festival.
Yeah.
9/21/19, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., 75th and Warnall.
Yeah.
Of course, the fun side will be south of 75th, the real Waldo.
They just put it in the parking lot there.
Waldo Fall Festival. What happens there?
And I've just driven by there, and I walked over there once. There was vendors, tents with.
It's not fun. I'm kind of excited for it.
I like rides. I like the big spin you
sure.
around, lose your pocket change, maybe you die because this thing fell
This
off
is
a
like a
cinder
farmer's
block that was
market or
holding it up.
something?
Yeah, this is more like a market, which I still like the art fair. I miss the Westport Art Fair too. I like walking around that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Catch a buzz or get a little.
Doesn't look
high.
like there's much there.
There's not.
I went to Port Fonda's Hatch Chili Fest. Have you guys gone to that?
No.
That's a good time. That was a lot of fun.
It's just in Port
It's
Fonda.
right in front of Port Fonda.
Please join us for the Waldo Fall Festival.
Please.
This family-friendly event is free. There are kids' rides, games, face painting, food trucks, local music, and a host of vendors to meet and mingle with throughout the day. Oh, it's located in the CVS parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
In the real
Now
Waldo.
that's a party.
It screws up me getting into Aldi. It's a pain in my ass.
Well, milk's only $1.89 there,
It's
idiot.
true. Well, the Chiefs won. I know the Lions also are undefeated, but so are the Chiefs.
Technically, yeah.
If you,
Shut up.
They did all right. Slow first quarter, unacceptable. But they picked up after that.
Here's Mahomes going from the dirt. Up top and open for the touchdown. First play of the quarter to Marcus Robinson.
Did you catch any of that particular game?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
They look like an undefeated team.
They're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
The Raiders, that first quarter, I thought, oh, my God.
Yeah.
They really want to win this game. This is the last time the Chiefs are going to play there. This is, like the end of the rivalry, whatever. They really want to win this game, and they might be pretty decent this year. And that first quarter, I thought I'm already so used to the Chiefs just winning the regular season games, and especially a team like Oakland. You think they'll beat Oakland, no problem. But I really thought there for a minute, like, oh my God, this is going to be one of those upsets. It's going to sting. I don't want to lose to Oakland.
Well, they're going to have a game coming up this weekend. Got to play Baltimore, and then, probably the battle of the undefeateds after that.
In Detroit.
Yeah.
So should we go? I mean, tickets have got to be like $5. They don't sell out, right?
Shut up.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you can buy cheap tickets, right?
Why? Why?
Can't you buy cheap tickets?
No, you can't. You know why? Because they're undefeated. It's a very hot ticket right now.
Technically.
But I'm just saying, Detroit, that stadium usually has some open seats. I feel like when I see the games, there's some open seats there. It would be fun.
You've never seen that.
I've seen it on TV. I remember when they were wearing the bags over their heads and stuff. Some empty seats. They hosted something. What was it? The Super Bowl or something? And had a tough time selling those tickets.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'm kidding.
That's not true.
They did a great job painting all those fake businesses on the front of stores.
Right. They had to
awesome.
fake all those.
They got a Super Bowl.
They did.
Yeah,
it was awesome. And the fact that they painted
They had
fake
to paint all those
businesses
fake
on the front of
buildings
windows to
and
make it
stuff.
look like there's people inside.
Yeah.
Look, they're alive and they're shopping. It was awesome. Hey, Detroit is America. I root for Detroit, man.
Shut up.
I root for them. And if they're painting fake happy people on the front of windows, then, that's where America's at. And that's not good for any of us. And if the Lions aren't playing the Chiefs, I'm rooting for them.
Stop it.
I love the uniform. I love the underdog aspect.
I'm starting to get real pissed.
I'm being honest.
No, you're being a condescending prick.
I'm not. And I would actually like to go to this game. I think it would be fun. Flights to Detroit are real cheap. Real cheap. I flew there for the auto show last year, and it was like almost free. And hotels are not expensive
I
either.
hate you.
I stayed at a
They'll
nice
almost
place.
pay you to go.
I stayed at a nice place. There was like a big Red Wings game going on, but they were like, no, please, bring your friends. It was great. People are nice in Detroit, too. I think people forget that. It's not like Philly or something. I think people get because there's, a lot of crime and stuff. I think people think, people...
That's Detroit.
But they're nice. It's the Midwest. People are really nice there. They're friendly. They're talkative. They're not like Lazlo. Like, they're outgoing, Wouldn't you say they're nice? I'd say it's like they're affable. They're talking to people. They're social.
Shut up, Lazlo's.
No, it's not. They're way nicer. And I don't mean nicer. I just mean
What
like...
is that supposed to mean?
You just don't like to talk to strangers. That's not your...
I don't like
MO.
to talk to assholes.
Right. So you just assume that strangers are assholes. The point is...
I don't assume strangers are assholes. I assume you're an asshole because I know you.
The people...
You're a condescending prick in there.
Hey, I like the city. I think the resurgence there is a great thing to see happening.
Of course.
And I do root for the Lions when they're not playing the Chiefs. And I think it would be fun if we went to the damn game.
Motown, man.
I've never been to a dome, an indoor... thing like that. What do they call it? Just a dome?
Yeah, dome.
An arena?
Arena? The dome?
It's called a field, right? They call it Ford Field. I'd like to go. I'm not kidding around. I bet we could find Spirit Airline tickets for like $90. Mm-hmm. Hell, we could fly there that morning and just go to the game and come back that night.
You probably just get free tickets at the game, too.
You're not going to get free tickets. Now you're pissing them off. You'd have to buy them.
Come on, no one's ever there.
It'll be a hard ticket to get. It'll be a battle of the undefeateds.
It'll be the game of the week.
Yeah.
Is it a night game or is that just a regular Sunday afternoon game?
Let me check, Slim.
You know what? I just think it would be a nice thing for us to do as friends.
We're not friends.
And to get at 1 o'clock.
We're
Ford
not friends.
Field, Detroit, Michigan. Tickets are $60. Oh, $34. Well, the point is there are tickets. And, look at this. $40.
It's going to cost a little bit. Chiefs are coming,
Yeah, it looks like they did up it a little bit for...
Yeah.
They put that Mahomes tax on there.
Yeah.
But we can get tickets, man. I can get you tickets end zone, 50-yard line, upper level, lower level, whatever you want. Guys, I'm serious. I will buy the tickets to the game. And I will drive us... I will,
shelling out for it,
I will drive us to the airport. You guys just buy the plane ticket.
We got to buy your plane ticket, too?
Spend like
No, I'll
$100.
buy my own plane ticket. You guys buy your plane tickets. I'll buy tickets to the game.
We're riding different planes, so I can pray that yours crashes.
If you want to fly in a different plane, you can. But I think we should fly together. You usually need to borrow my headphones, and a charger for your phone and
It's a short flight.
T-shirt and stuff like that.
It's a short flight.
It is a very short flight. It's a long-ass drive, but it's a short flight. I think it would be fun. You could call your friends and say, hey, guess what? I'm in town for the Chiefs, for the Lions. I think it would be cool.
Mm-hmm. I would never.
Plus, there's stuff I haven't done in Detroit that I'd like to do. The Henry Ford Museum.
Maybe drive by.
I've never smoked crack, and I do feel like you can still get crack in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the opioids.
You don't think you can get it here?
I just don't know. I don't know anybody, but in Detroit, I feel like I could just ask.
I bet they just hand it to you in Detroit.
Like on the way to the stadium, I feel like someone will be offering.
Yeah.
Maybe I have an outdated image in my mind of Detroit, but look, I like it. I like the city. I think it would be fun.
You guys.
What?
Get Mahomes, you start acting like you're living in Seattle.
Well, I mean, look
You're
at
not the
us,
Midwest
man.
anymore.
Look at us.
Just a bunch of pricks.
Come on. Don't talk like that.
It's true.
Why are you mad at us? You're technically undefeated, too. You guys are... What? You guys got, what's his name, Stafford? He's really good.
I can't even...
He's real expensive.
Let's just fly to those gross Midwestern cities.
I do not think Detroit is gross. It's a great place
Gross
to film a scary movie or a post-apocalyptic thriller.
Crack-infested hellhole.
I root for Detroit.
It's like Kansas City, the San Francisco of the Midwest.
Well, you know.
Just assholes.
I like to think they were a little nicer. Obviously.
Doesn't sound like it.
Cost of living.
A year ago, you were. A year ago, you were really nice. A year ago, this was a real Midwestern town, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I still love it. It's just the people have changed. Actually, just the people in this room, I think.
I'm not
arrogant sons of bitches.
I'm not being sarcastic. Have
you seen the guy play football? Come on.
Who, me?
No.
Yeah, I've seen you play football.
Patty
Stafford?
Mahomes.
Oh, he's good.
That's what I'm saying.
He's good.
You can't give us crap. Have you
He's
seen
fun
the guy?
to watch. But
He's
I'm
the second coming.
sure that Megatron and Barry,
Oh yeah,
whoever, those, it's fun to watch.
Barry Sanders, right?
He's just is he still refusing to play for them? I guess I'm thinking of Megatron.
Yeah,
He
Calvin Johnson.
decided after playing Detroit that he just didn't like football
That
at
guy
all.
was real good.
He's like the best player ever. And was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I like this sport. I don't know. I was excited about it, and then
if you're just looking for
playing here. Round trip, $200.
bad guys in Kansas City, you can just go find the team.
Round trip, $200. Round trip. Let's do it. Come on. We could check out a Kid Rock, Bob Seger mashup show or something. And
Did Michigan play this weekend?
They were off.
Oh, they were off. Okay, they have
They're
Wisconsin.
undefeated.
Yeah, they got Wisconsin. That'd be a good game. That's on Saturday. Okay. There you go. See?
I think it's telling that Lazlo, I am genuinely trying to get you guys to go to Detroit, and he's trying to get out of it by joking around or acting like I'm being sarcastic. He doesn't want to go.
Right. I said last week, I said you should go to the game, take the boys. That'd be fun.
I should go to the game, and I should take the boys, but not you two.
Well, I want to
I don't like you.
I want to go, but
You
should
like
go. It'd be
us.
fun.
Come on. You love us. Look at us. We're like family in here, the three of us. Sure, we give each other a hard time. And sure, Detroit's an easy target for so many reasons. But we're all, it all
Shut up.
comes from a place
Shut
of
up.
love. Love and hope.
Shut up.
Optimism for the future.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang 70 on your ass.
Now, let's not say things you're going to regret later. That's a ridiculous thing to say. I'm not here to make predictions, but,
Come on. Did you see the second quarter? Come on.
It's Mahomes and company.
Enough. Hit the button.
I'm buying these tickets.
Hit the
If you
button, I'm
guys
gonna
don't
hit
want to
you
go,
with the
I'm going to
goddamn button. I'm
invite
telling you
someone
right
on
now.
the air to come with
I
me
will
because
slap
I'm
your
going to
balls.
Detroit.
That'd be
Going
a
to
good- that's a
Detroit.
good trip to give away. There you
Visit
go.
Detroit. They
I will
need
slap your
visitors.
balls.
The Church of Lazlo. 96.5 The Buzz.
Lazlo, Slim Fast Snow Cone. How are you guys?
Never been better, my man.
There's some major late-breaking news that I'm calling to talk to you about. But first...
Yeah, Jack,
before
first we
we
should all just mention that, it's just good to be a fan of an undefeated team, huh?
It is, and that is exactly where I was going to go. There are 10 undefeated teams in the NFL. 10 teams of the 32 that through 2 weeks have managed to escape without a loss. One of them, of course, is quarterbacked by the best player in the National Football League, my hometown Kansas City Chiefs, slim fast hometown Kansas City Chiefs. The other one is coached by maybe a doofus, but maybe he's crazy like a fox. Quarterbacked by maybe an overpaid player or maybe a guy who's just a late bloomer. And that is Lazlo's Detroit Lions.
Yeah, huh?
1-0-1. And I'll take it a step further, Lazlo. There are 8 other teams that have the same record as the Kansas City Chiefs in 2-0. You are quite literally the only team that is 1-0-1 in the entire NFL. Congratulations, sir.
Huh? Not bad.
Hey, Nick.
Not bad.
I'm trying to get Lazlo. I'm trying to talk Lazlo
Just
to go
good.
to the
Feels
game.
good to be, just rooting for a great team.
We're real happy for you.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like you guys feel, You just got an undefeated team.
Yeah.
You're just a fan. Just a fan of a great team.
Superstar quarterback.
Yep.
And so, Nick, I was thinking that we should all go to the game in Detroit, and Lazlo could show us around. There's cheap flights. We go there. You could just come in for the day, and we'll all go to the game.
So, for which game? What are we talking about?
The Chiefs at the Lions.
I don't think that's a fun weekend.
Don't wear a Chiefs jersey. I'm not going to do that. I'll try and blend in. I don't like being that person, and especially not probably in Detroit. But I thought it would be fun if we go. It's a quick flight for you. It's a quick flight for us. It's cheap to fly there. It's cheap to stay there.
Right, enough. What were you going to tell us, Nick?
I think it'd be fun.
Enough.
I thought you were going to say that I should come to Kansas City for the game of the month of September, which is this weekend, the 2-0 Kansas City Chiefs against the spectacular 2-0 Baltimore Ravens, quarterbacked right now by the only quarterback playing better than Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But,
no, I wasn't talking about that. Why would we want to do that?
Okay,
I'm already going to that.
You want to know the breaking news?
Yes.
Yes.
Drew Brees is out a month plus, but that is not the big NFL news. Ben Roethlisberger is out for the season, and that means potentially out for his career.
Now, I saw Ben. He said, he was determined to come back stronger than ever.
Yeah.
When he wants something, he gets it.
What's wrong with him?
He tore a ligament in his elbow throwing the football. The dreaded non-contact injury. It looked like what happens to a pitcher, where all of a sudden they throw a pitch and they start grabbing their elbow, and you worry about Tommy John. Lazlo, in sports coming full circle, 37 years ago, this is precisely how Terry Bradshaw's career ended.
Is that true?
Terry Bradshaw in a playoff game, 35 years old, throws a pass, pops a ligament in his elbow. He came back the following season in December, played one game, and his career was over.
Roethlisberger's old, though, right? He's my age, at least.
Yeah, he's in year 16. I think he's 37 years old, maybe 38 years old.
Okay.
And so that is, the Steelers...
How does Terry Bradshaw still have all that money?
Man, he makes a lot of money on TV, bro.
You think he does, really?
Oh, I know he does. That Fox pregame show...
You should ask Bradshaw for a watch.
...has been the number one... You guys, just give it time. That Fox pregame show has been the number one pregame show for like 20 years. And that's on network television. That's not on cable television like I am. That is a true, veritable ratings bonanza.
Well, that'll be you one day.
Did you try to win Terry's money?
I'm ineligible. I did, however, I don't know if you saw it. I did. I have a little side gig now. I work with the good people at Fox Bet, which if you're in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, it's America's preeminent legal sports book. And there's also the Fox Super 6, which anyone can participate in. 6 games on Sunday. Pick the winners, pick the margin. You can win $250,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. But on the actual gambling side of things, Fox Bet, I went 5-0 with my public picks this weekend. I also suffered a gutting gambling defeat. Can I tell you about it real quick?
Please.
This is, damn. This was going to be your watch, too. It's a shame. I had a 32-1 parlay. So it was $300 to win just shy of $10,000. Okay? This is what I needed to happen. I only needed 3 teams to win because I picked all underdogs. I needed the Colts to win outright. Lazlo, did the Colts win this weekend?
Yes.
The answer is yes. I needed the Seahawks to win outright against the Steelers. Did they win this weekend?
They did.
The answer is yes. And then I needed a 10-point underdog on the road with a rookie quarterback making his first start ever to win outright. That team is named the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did they win outright this weekend, Lazlo?
No.
How did they lose? Did you see it?
I did. They lost by a point, right?
On a failed 2-point conversion, 10 seconds left, that probably was good and was spotted just short of the line. That one was gutting.
And you would have won $10,000?
Yeah. It was, $9,600. It was $300 to win $9,600 and change. It was one of the best bets I've ever made, and I lost it.
I believe that.
No, you still lost.
I only lost $300.
Hey, why do people like, we kind of talked about this earlier, I look at these quarterbacks in the league, we were talking about it, and I guess with Drew Brees going out and Ben Roethlisberger going out, people really seem to like Teddy Bridgewater and Mitchell Trubisky. These guys suck.
Trubisky's a funny one.
Jacoby Brissett, they're horrible.
Okay, well, I disagree with you on Brissett. I think, here's the thing. I think that people, so these are almost in 3 totally different buckets. Let me address them all quickly. I think Brissett, usually when a quarterback like Andrew Luck goes down for the season, your season is over. You're just totally cooked. And Brissett is good enough to maybe one day be a below average starting quarterback. And so I think there's people like me that say, hey, the Colts could still win that division. They still like the Colts. They're not a team that's just totally boned when you go to your backup quarterback. Then there is Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was a starting quarterback. Remember, after year 2, he suffered a knee injury in practice that was so bad they really thought they were going to have to amputate his leg. Oh. The fact that he's playing, he almost bled to death on the football field in a non-contact injury in practice. Players were throwing up. It was so gruesome, and they really thought they were going to have to amputate his leg. He now is playing again, so people are rooting for him. And if he was the Teddy Bridgewater of pre-knee injury, maybe the Saints would be not good, but okay. But he has shown no signs of being that. He's thrown 55 total passes in the last 4 years. The Saints are totally screwed. Trubisky, it's just that the Bears are hoping against hope. They didn't make just a cataclysmic decision when they're sitting at number 3 in the draft. On the board is Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and Mitchell Trubisky, and they trade up to number 2 to make sure they get Mitchell Trubisky, who yesterday, once again, threw for less than 125 yards in a football game. He's terrible.
He's horrible. He's really bad. And I could have told you. No one named Mitch Trubisky wins a Super Bowl.
You do know that you're adding an extra T to his name.
We are?
It's not Trubisky.
It's Trubisky?
That's even worse.
Oh, God.
It's like whiskey. Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky sells carpet, man.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with selling carpet.
Mitch Trubisky doesn't win Super Bowls. He sells carpet. He's the guy who's in the airplane in a pair of Dockers and a shirt tucked in who's going to a carpet sales conference in San Bernardino. And he sticks his ass out in the thing. He's like, all right, guys.
Name Trubisky.
Get around me, man. Quit putting your ass out there. He's like, got to sell some carpet, boys. He orders a couple too many drinks in the exit row because he doesn't get on the plane very often. Mitch Trubisky doesn't win Super Bowls.
No, he gets divorced 3 times.
God, listen, I only have 2 minutes left, and if we're being honest, nobody gives a good goddamn about your stupid NFC North. Can we talk about things that matter?
No, but making fun of a guy named Trubisky is always a good time.
Yeah, you could do that all day, buddy.
The last team that scored a touchdown on the New England Patriots was?
The Chiefs?
The Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
Right,
Since the AFC Championship game, they've beaten their opponents 89-6.
Oy, those Patriots.
89. Everyone's focused on the offense. This year they're up 76-3. That's the margin.
I mean, we were just talking about it before you called, and I know I mentioned it to you last week or whenever it was, but I already just have this fear that it comes down to the Chiefs and the Patriots, and if they make it that far.
Of course it's going to come down to that, and the Patriots are going to have home field. The Patriots this year are going to be 14-1 going in, and so and the one is going to be to Kansas City, and then Kansas City is going to be something like 12-4, and thanks to, by the way, holler at Lazlo's Detroit Lions for beating the Chargers, making that division a little bit easier. The Chiefs are going to coast to the 2 seed. The Patriots are going to coast to the 1 seed. And then the Chiefs are going to go to New England and beat them. And so, listen, everyone can all just be, the Patriots. Doesn't matter. The Chiefs only have to try for a quarter. That's all we've got to do. And our sixth option, DeMarcus Robinson, how about he hits you over the head for $170 and 2 touchdowns? I can't, Patrick Mahomes played, look it up, the single greatest quarter any quarterback has ever played, and then they were able to just chill. And that's how they're going to retire that hellhole of a stadium in Oakland. So everyone can be all excited about the Patriots and Tom Brady and Antonio Brown, and he did look good and blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. The Chiefs are the best player in the league.
I don't know. I feel like Tom Brady's got to retire or die first before I feel confident about that. I just can't envision the Chiefs beating the Patriots in a big, important game, like a game that gets you to the Super Bowl. I just can't envision it.
Doesn't matter, because either one of them is going to have to face the Lions in that Super Bowl. The undefeated Lions.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear this? Hear that?
Yeah, you do it all the time, I think.
Yeah. No. I'm doing it on purpose right now. That's my opinion on your take right there. It just makes me mash buttons in anger. In fact, it makes me so mad I'm hanging up on you guys. I'm not calling you guys back until you admit the Chiefs are going to beat the Patriots. Goodbye.
You know, what's really concerning is it's just every time I love Nick. Love him.
Love him.
He said all that stuff about, Brady's going to have a bad year and then Alex Smith is going to have a great year. Just when he gets that confident, that's when it's like the bet, like the $300 bet.
It's interesting to hear you talk like that. I don't know, because when you're talking about the Lions, you just seem like such an arrogant prick. But, boy, as soon as the Patriots come up, boy, you and Snowcone start sucking humility right into the old mouth hole.
I think the Lions
We're
are
just
a
humble Midwestern city who's going to give it our all.
Come on, man. It's the Pats.
It's the Patriots. Everyone's scared of the Patriots.
Different.
Oh, we could never compete with them.
It's Tom Brady and Belichick, man. It's a dynasty.
See? These are the fans that I commiserate with. The sounds of this. These are the fans that I've learned to love.
We're humble. We're humble, salt-of-the-earth people.
Those are the people that I've learned to love.
Mm-hmm.
So you're scared of the Patriots, too?
Of course. The Patriots,
okay.
idiot.
The Church of Lazlo on 96.5 The Buzz.
So, what would it take to get you behind the wheel of this 1977 DeVille today?
Why do you always want to sell me cars that you don't want to buy?
I'd like to buy them. I just don't have
Genesis,
I just don't have the
Hyundai. I don't know
the cash. I got I only need one car. When I was married, I could have 2 cars because I just picked out her car too, and then But now I'm not married, so I just.
Well, you're getting a new car. Why don't you just buy the one that you keep trying to sell to me?
Well, I need to be somewhat practical, And,
well, me too.
I've got my heart set on that
Malibu.
Malibu, yeah. This is made here. I think they're cool looking. A lot of features.
You're trying to get
price.
someone to sell you a Malibu.
I would like that. I would like that. I think they're
fishing.
Phenomenal.
You're fishing for a Malibu. There's like a Chevy dealership to sell you a Malibu.
I would think Cable Dahmer or someone would have texted by now, but I'll tell you what. The number of features Chevrolet is
Okay, that's enough.
I just think it would be fun if you bought something. That's all. You don't like trying to get your friends to spend money? That's not.
Why don't you buy
something? I'm going to buy a Malibu.
And your lease is up before mine is.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You should start thinking about it, and
I'm not buying anything for 6 months. You're gonna have to buy something.
Well, what if you see something now though that really pops your top? Then you might need to think about doing it. It's a 1978 Cadillac Eldorado. I mean, Lazlo,
buy it.
This is not a car for me. This is a car for you. Look at that white leather interior.
Oh, I do like that car.
Yeah, see?
But just buy it. Buy it. Where is it?
Well, you get it delivered. This one happens to be in Illinois.
I'm not going to Illinois.
You don't have to go there.
Oh,
Someone
shut
will get
up.
it. I'll go pick it up.
God,
We can pick it up on our way back from Detroit after we see the
how
game.
do you keep friends?
I don't. That's why I'm talking to you about this. Because we work together.
I know, but I just said I don't want one, and then you find something, you're like, oh, it's in Illinois.
What if I told you your payment would only be $189 a month, and you could be driving this canary yellow 1977 Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
Ooh, that's
Look
a nice
at
car.
that.
I would buy that.
Mindhunter, eat your heart out.
Yeah, I would buy that.
There you go. And look, the price is right. And look, they say it's $189 a month if you... It's only $12,000. Hell, it's $1 short of $12,000. It's not even $12,000. You're telling me that isn't the car for you? You can't just go out and buy a Volkswagen Jetta.
Can I
That's
drive
not
that
you.
every day?
Sure.
I don't think I can.
Why can't you?
Because it'll break down and stuff.
Well, you get AAA and you'll use it.
Yeah, I don't want
but
that.
You don't
get
drive that often. You don't drive that often. All you got to worry about is making sure there's gas in the tank and tires to meet the road. You're good to go.
I'm good. Thank you. Buy yourself something nice. Get yourself a nice Chevy Malibu.
I'm going to, but I just know that you're in the market too, and I thought I'd lend a helping hand. Take a look. I'm keeping an eye out. See,
what are you going to do tonight? I'm done talking to you about this.
Tonight, I don't want to say.
What?
Because you'll make some sort of joke about it or something, and
what?
Say that you'll see me there.
Oh, you one of your moms?
Yeah, she needs some
Monday Night Football
help with some stuff around the house. So yeah, probably watch part of the game over there. It's going to be a good game.
What's
the
going on with her house?
Browns play tonight, huh?
What's going on with her house?
What's going on with her house?
Yeah.
She has like a list of stuff, like about once or maybe every other week, once a week, something like that, of stuff that she needs help with around the house. It's usually some sort of Wi-Fi issue, cable issue, phone issue. Like electronics is a big one. But right now I know
Everything
has...
was working fine this weekend.
So that's why I said I didn't want to say.
I'm just saying.
You could help out once in a while.
You were over there this weekend, weren't you?
You could help out once in a while. No, she came to my house.
Oh, that's right.
And she said when she came over, like, it's nice to come over here and to get out of the house, but I'm still going to need your help with some stuff around the house. And I said, okay. So
she's got a Wi-Fi problem there?
She doesn't have a Wi-Fi problem right now. She needs something. She needs
problem?
Furniture moved of some sort. She needs fluorescent light bulbs put in her closet, which she can't reach.
Mm-hmm.
And she said something else wasn't working. I don't remember. She has a list. Literally, when you go over there, she has a list. You just do it. You've lived away from your parents basically since you were 17, so you never had to do the, Lazlo, can you come over and help reach
never.
this?
I'm just not there.
You're just not there. Which I'm sure is, there's the perks of
not being there.
Not having to change the bulb. But
them,
yeah. And then when there's trouble or something, or if you really want to see them.
If your mom ever needs anything, just have her.
I know. I've definitely told her. I've said, Mom, he's over here all the time. Why don't you put him to work?
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm saying it like that. I'm saying the guy just left, and he can't check one thing off this list.
Well, I checked one thing off the list.
You checked one thing off the list. Yes, I know. You have your weekly list.
It's different than your list.
She definitely has heard you talk like this for years. And, she never mentions it in person. She never brings it up.
Of course, why would she?
Refuses to talk about it. Because I think you're embarrassing yourself and her and everyone involved. You're trying to embarrass me, but really, you're just...
I'm just saying our lists are different.
Woman. Huh?
I'm just saying our lists are different.
The things that you imply, the things that you say, you get the text line involved. I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of texts on the text line. A lot of "Yo mama so hot" type of stuff.
Well,
and I'd be
that's
saying
not
you
our
feed
fault.
into that.
It's not our fault.
You are like people accuse Donald Trump of bringing the racists out into the open. I feel like you've brought the mother lovers out into the open, and they just think it's. If I go to a restaurant and order food, if the waiter said, "Hey, You want to take some of those home to your mom? I told her I'd bring her something later. I wouldn't be surprised at all because people talk like that. They think it's funny. They think it's fine.
People say that to you while you're out?
Yes. And if
No,
you said
that doesn't happen.
Yes, it does. And if you said that to a random stranger, you would expect them are fighting words. If you say it to me,
Who
it's like,
said it? You tell me who said it.
Lazlo. A waiter made a joke about it.
What did they say? You're out to eat.
Yes, we were out
This
to
is
eat.
not true.
This is true. And I was with my mother.
How long ago?
Within the last 3 years.
Okay.
She left the table, and the waiter said, Lazlo's right, your mom is pretty hot. And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, ha, ha, ha. But think about that if you just said that to a stranger, like, hey, yeah, the boys were right. Your mom is hot.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
There is definitely something wrong with that. Definitely something wrong with that. And this was like a nice restaurant, too. It was like a seafood restaurant. This wasn't...
Like Captain D's?
No, it was like a sit-down seafood restaurant.
Red Lobster?
It was actually slightly nicer than that.
Bristol?
No. I think it's out of business now, but...
Captain D's.
It wasn't Captain D's. Captain D's is doing great. They're doing great. I still get the coupons. There's one on Truce.
Text lines with me. It says, not our fault your mom's a smoke show, man.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. You bring it out into the open. They're out of the shadows.
It's really not a bad thing, though. I don't understand why you get so angry about it.
It's definitely a bad thing.
Why?
The reason you do it is because it's a bad thing, and it's a joke that kids tell on the playground to try and start fights, to try and bully other kids, and you've just brought it into your midlife and my midlife and just perpetuated it for years and years and years while she's listening. I had to pay to turn her satellite radio back on so she would stop listening to us. I removed us from the preset in her car. And just said, here, listen to Frank Sinatra station. Listen to it all the time.
Yeah. Old blue
Because
eyes.
I'm worried. I don't know how she reacts to it, how that makes her feel. Probably not great.
Loved.
She won't talk about it. No, it doesn't. It's
Wanted.
not loving.
Desired.
No.
Like a natural woman.
She's already desired. There's plenty of guys out there who would be.
I know.
Who have probably asked.
Yeah.
You know. But what I'm more interested in really is showing you this 1986 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS for $7,500. Tell me that's not a Lazlo car.
Oh, that I would drive.
$7,500, Lazlo.
It's in Indiana.
It's not gonna be once you get it delivered here. Hell, I'll go pick it up.
Okay, go pick it up. I'll buy it.
Okay. Well, you just wrote a check that your ass better cash because
I'll just
I'll
give you my
totally go
credit
pick
card.
this up. You have a credit card that'll let you spend $8,000?
Yeah, why would I have one that
I didn't
wouldn't?
know we were just here to hear about how good your credit is, how awesome your life is.
You don't have a credit card that'll let you spend $8,000?
Not since I was married. When I got divorced, they're like, oh, no. That's not yours anymore. Excuse me, sir, there's been a mistake. We thought you were married and responsible. When you get divorced, they're like, nope. At least that's what they did to me. Maybe they don't. If they don't, I wouldn't tell them because they will screw you. Everything goes, your credit goes down, your insurance goes up.
Well, that happened, but my credit, they didn't. I mean, I'm in debt more than I ever was, but they didn't say I can't have it.
Oh, I have
go buy
them.
it.
They just lowered the limits substantially. I certainly am not going to be able to go out and buy a used car with my credit card.
Well, maybe they're just waiting for me to pay off my huge debts, and then they'll lower it.
Maybe that's it.
Because if they lower it now, I might tell them to stick it up their ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And I have such
It'd
a
be
history
really
of
dumb
that.
of them right now. As much as I owe the credit card companies, it would be really not in their best interest to say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and lower your interest. We're going to go ahead and lower your available credit.
They need something to hold over our heads other than bad credit. Because once your credit's bad, it's
Right,
like,
then
what are
you're
you
done.
going to do to me?
Right.
Oh, you're going to report me?
Yeah.
Oh, my credit score's going
Report
to...
this.
They need something else that they can hold over your head, like clean drinking water or something. I don't know. There's got to be a way to really motivate you to pay. I guess sometimes they garnish your wages. But that's only for certain stuff.
Yeah. Restraining order.
Like, that's like custody, like child... what do you call that where you pay for your kids stuff when you don't have them anymore? Child support.
Yeah.
That's like they'll garnish
I
your
pay child
wages for
support
that.
when I
Right?
have my kids.
I know, but I'm saying they. I know it's a crazy world, but that's something. If you didn't pay that, they'd garnish your wages, right? But they don't garnish your wages for a credit card, do they?
Maybe they might be able to take you to court.
I wouldn't show up for that either.
And then I think they just put you in guilty and then I think they can.
Garnish your wages?
If it's enough, yeah.
The worst part about garnishing your wages is that the person downstairs gets a call.
Yeah.
It says, hi, this is so-and-so from this company. You have a deadbeat working for you, and he owes us a lot of money, so we're just going to start taking that. And then you know that she knows that you're a deadbeat. And she's telling people down there, like, half a Slim Fast paycheck goes to Chase.
And the other half goes to Coke.
Yeah. Well, at least what's the point of making money if you can't have any fun spending it?
That's the truth right there.
That's the truth. And as long as the credit card's
Get
working and my
yourself
dealer's got one of those little square
hot older lady in a canary yellow Ford LTD.
So that's what I'm saying. Live it like it's the last day. Canary yellow Monte Carlo, high on cocaine, and spending all the available credit on your credit card in a weekend.
And finishing up your mother's checklist.
And finishing up my mother's checklist. That would be the nice, responsible thing to do, yes. But I'm sure you think it's a lot of fun. I'm going to go, actually.
I love you.
I love you, too. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, I feel like you're about to say something to me as soon as I turn the mic off.
I love you.
No, there's something that's about to be said.
You're great. Have a good night.
You too.
The Church of Lazlo on 96.5 The Buzz.